Christopher Scott has a score to settle.
But I wouldn't have never been put in that position if it wasn't for y'all.
It's almost like a prison cage match between two aging tough guys. In a documentary for PBS, Chris is confronting the man who actually committed the murder that was pinned on him.
You just put yourself in my shoes in a situation like that. I just couldn't see how they could convict y'all because they didn't have no evidence.
It was intense. I mean, the tension in the room, you could cut it with a knife. The guard was like, look, I'm gonna lock the door, I'm gonna leave, do what you gotta do.
Alonzo Hardy's silence was so loud, the state locked up Chris for a murder he didn't commit. But Hardy's confession letter eventually set Chris free.
So why did you confess?
Well, you know, I had to do what God asked me to do. Because there wasn't no need of me holding y'all in the penitentiary for something that y'all didn't do when I was already here anyway.
I don't like harboring no ill will for nobody or hate nobody. Just believe y'all destroyed a whole lot of lives that day.
How was that like confronting him? How did you feel?
I felt good, but I just felt like I didn't get what I wanted because he didn't never apologize. So at the end of the day, when I left knowing that he was a coward. He told me that I should have been more grateful that he was the reason I was exonerated. I said, well, what you thought I was gonna bring you a box of chocolate and a dozen of roses and say thank you?
Have you forgiven Hardy?
Yeah, I can forgive him, but I can't forget.
Have you forgiven the police officers involved and the system?
No, it's hard for me to forgive them because they gotta do better.
What have you lost, and can this ever be made up to you?
I lost those 13 years that I can't get back. You can't get it back. There's no way you can go into a time machine and say, take me back to 1997. So there's no way.
Chris served 13 years of a life sentence doing Hardy's time until he was sensationally exonerated.
You can never make this right.
Right.
But in an effort to try to compensate you, what were you awarded?
They awarded me like $1.2 million.
Money that helps him with the most important person in his life, his grandson, Trey.
So this is your priority now, little Trey here.
Yeah, he's my priority because, you know, he's the same age his dad was when I went to prison.
Trey's dad, Chris Jr., is serving a 7-year sentence for aggravated robbery.
It seemed like karma just came back and bit me again because it's like the age that I went to prison, he went to prison. The age of his son is right now is the age he was when I went in.
And in between playground dates with Trey, Chris is working on what may be his true calling in life, helping others who, like him, were wrongfully convicted.
What made you decide that you wanted to give back and to help others who were wrongfully convicted?
I made that decision while I was in prison. Every morning I woke up and I looked in that mirror, I was like, man, I'm in prison for something I didn't do.
Chris and 2 other exonerated men started a nonprofit organization called House of Renewed Hope.
They wanted me to confess, and I'm going like, no, I didn't do it, right?
Their amazing story is featured on the upcoming documentary, True Conviction, airing later this month on PBS.
So together, you and your partners in this documentary have served how many years in prison?
Like 72 years.
Wow, you've spent a lifetime collectively in prison.
Right, yes we have.
Every morning, Chris goes through the stack of mail from inmates. Then he and his colleagues sit over plates of barbecue and debate the merits of the cases.
I'm an innocent man serving a life sentence, wrongfully convicted of a crime I did not commit.
How many letters do you get on a weekly basis from others who say they're innocent?
Maybe 100 per week. Easy.
Having been in their situation, what's it like reading those letters?
It's heart-wrenching because every time you pick up that letter, you know you're finna see some of you inside it. If they're telling the truth, you're gonna feel it.
Letters like the one from Isaiah Hill.
I don't have nobody. I've been in this for 36 years, man.
in prison for a robbery he says he didn't do.
And I just think that Isaiah Hill got set up. When I first got his letter, his cellmate wrote him because he couldn't write. And I was like, man, this guy been locked up for 36 years for an aggravated robbery case where nobody got hurt, and it was like a $150 tip. They say you was mentally disabled.
Yes, sir.
So why your lawyer didn't bring that up in trial?
He didn't bring it up.
So right then I said, man, look, send it to me. I'm gonna do what I can.
You knew he wasn't lying.
I knew he wasn't lying because I saw myself in him.
Even if he had done that robbery with no injury, $150, 41 years?
41 years.
Having served 36?
Yeah.
He should have been out.
He should have been out.
And you can watch Chris along with 2 other recently exonerated inmates as they try to help wrongfully convicted prisoners get their freedom back in True Conviction, which premieres on Independent Lens Monday, April 30th on PBS. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.